Hi, and welcome to today's session with me. I'm so happy to connect with you. Today we do a class focused around sciatica pain. Unfortunately, if you do have that, if you have experienced that, you know that it's sort of a electric shooting pain down the whole leg. And I just wanted to create a class today that would be beneficial both to relieve that pain, but also to prevent that if you know you're prone to that. So if you do have sciatica symptoms, this class is for you. But also if you just want to have a class with me today that is floor-based, very calming, then you will also like this class, hopefully, and it will just enable you to connect better to your body. So when you are ready, let's find a position here back on the floor, just in the middle of the mat. So this is our first position. The feet are separated, hip width apart. The knees are bent. Take your time here to feel your back, to feel your shoulders, to feel your middle back and the lower back. And relax your chest. Let your shoulders just melt into the earth. Let your whole body just weight. So you feel the weight of it against the floor. Letting your lower back really rest and decompress into the earth. Your hands can be on the belly or just on the sides, here alongside your body. And we're going to take about 10 rounds of breath, so deep belly breathing. So starting now, just inhaling, nice big breath into the belly. And exhale. So do about 10 of those. Completely relaxed. Nice long breaths. And relaxing the back of your head as you do this. You can close your eyes if that feels good. Making these your last breaths. Beautiful. Now for our next position, you stay exactly as you are. And we're going to take a few pelvic tilts. So your pelvic floor here located just by your lower back and lower belly and thighs, where your belly button is. And so we're gonna continue to breathe, but as you inhale, you arch your lower back ever so slightly, arching it up. And then as you exhale, you press your lower back down into the yoga mat. So it's quite subtle, inhaling, arching back, lower back, and exhaling, pushing lower back into the mat. That should feel quite nice. So do about 10 of those as well. And this is really, really good to decompress the lower back and relieve the sciatic nerve by tilting the pelvic floor like this. And continuing with your breaths. And make these your last 2 rounds. So hopefully you feel nice and relaxed and present here after these breaths with me on the mat. And for our next movement, I'm going to ask you to grab the strap that you had on your yoga mat. If you don't have one, a belt works. Or just a piece of clothing, a long t-shirt, for example, or a scarf. So grab that strap and then lay back again down. So keeping both of your knees bent just as we were, we're going to lift the right foot up and simply wrap the heel with the strap. So my left foot is on the floor, sole of foot down with the knee bent. And my right foot is up in the air. I do have a micro bend in the knee, or actually you can really bend your knee a little bit. We don't have the leg fully straight. Holding the strap here with one hand or both hands. And then we're gonna come and point and flex the toes up and down, but really gentle movements, especially if this is the leg where you have your sciatica symptoms. So just breathing as you do this, pointing your toes up and down with a little bend in the knee. And your lower back is fully anchored into the earth. If this does feel quite good and you feel like you want to and you can straighten your leg, the one that's up in the air, ever so slightly, still keeping a micro bend in the knee. And then very carefully and slowly switching the legs. So putting that foot down, wrapping your strap around the left heel, bringing that left heel up. And then taking little pointy toes and flexions up and down, all the while breathing softly into the whole leg. And relaxing your face and your jaw as you do this. And on your next breath, take away your strap, put it out to one side, and place your foot down. So still from the same position with the back on the floor and both feet bent, soles of feet on the floor. Place your right ankle over left thigh or knee. And then gently pull your left thigh a bit closer to your chest or towards your chest. So just take your time with this, obviously. There's no need to go super deep here at all. Feel free to also keep your left foot on the floor if that's enough. Just breathing here. And slowly change the sides, now bringing left ankle across the right knee. And this might be enough for you, or bringing right thigh towards the chest. So you might feel some nice tinglings. Just breathe into that. But you shouldn't feel any sharp pain if you do put your foot back down, and just take a very gentle stretch. Beautiful. Now we will move on to our next stretches here, bringing yourself just up to a seated position. With your legs extended in front of you, you can still have micro bends in the knees. Place your hands here just by your lower back, maybe on the fingertips. And then we'll do about 10 little circles with the ankles. 10 or so in one direction, and then 10 in the other. And you make those circles very small if you need to, just very small movements. Or if you feel like it and it feels good, you can take bigger circles with the ankles. Just tune into your body and how it feels in your legs. And don't forget to change the direction. All right. Now we'll take a beautiful low lunge, but not with the hands up in the air. So we'll get into the pose together. So from your seated position, find a tabletop. And we'll start with the right foot. So placing the right foot here at the front. The back knee is down on the mat. And then the hips slide a bit forward, and we definitely place the hands, both hands here on the front thigh. So we're not going to have the hands up in the air. So what we want to focus on, and you can even take small little tilts, is here, the opening here of the pelvic floor. Just very gentle, no sudden or big movements, and definitely synchronizing yourself with your slow breath. And when you're ready, just switching the legs, finding your low lunge on the other side. Left foot towards the front. Hands on the thigh. So you can definitely have just a very small contraction of the glutes and the abdominal area. Nothing too big, but just to engage that, to support. Finding little tilts back and forth if you fancy. Okay. From here, come back to your tabletop position. Take your knees out, maybe not too wide, just a little bit out. And then sit on your heels for child's pose. We're going to have the hands under the forehead on this one, just focusing the stretch on the inner thighs, the hips, completely relaxing your lower back. Letting yourself melt into the ground. Relaxing your neck. Relaxing your rib cage, sides of the body.
Take a big, nice, full inhale with me, starting now. And exhale everything out. Lift yourself up.
Roll onto your back. And softly bring your knees to chest. So we're going to come into a very, very gentle supine twist. But keeping the knees close to chest, stacked on top of each other. Keeping the shoulders also glued to the floor. And then on purpose, this is a very small controlled movement. We're not trying to reach the knees out down to the floor. So just ever so slightly tilting my knees down towards one side. So relaxing the glutes here, relaxing the lower back and also the sides of the body and the abdominal area. So very small movements, you might not even see it. And then back to center and then tilting your knees ever so slightly towards the left side or whatever side you were not on before. Okay, now back to center. Place your feet down with the knees bent. And if you have a wall where you are, that's perfect. And if you don't have a wall, you might want to take your mat and go close to a wall or a chair or a couch. So we're gonna bring the legs up onto that wall. So we want to have the hips fairly close to the wall, just like this. Bringing your legs up on that wall and just really letting them hang. Lower back is pressed into the floor. Arms are alongside your body. And there's a bit of space between your heels. Soft breaths here, just connecting to your body. And this is a great restorative pose if you have sciatica, but also just for wellness of the whole body, especially when we sit a lot. Or when the lower back basically is a bit compressed. So a very soft belly here. You might notice that as you inhale, your belly draws up a little bit like a balloon. And as you exhale, the belly drops down towards the earth. Now, ever so slowly, just bring your legs down again and find the same position we started in, just laying on the yoga mat with the knees bent, feet separated, hip width distance apart. And so this is our closing, and I'm gonna invite you to come and place one hand on the belly and the other on the heart. And just find gratitude for your body. Bringing a smile onto your face, thanking your body for everything it does for you. And to just say to your body that you are happy to support it as well when it needs a little bit of care and presence from you. And just breathing here softly for as long as you want. And when you are ready, a little bit later on, just roll onto one side. And then find a seated position, again on your yoga mat, before you stand back up. I do hope that this class was nice and enjoyable for you if you have sciatica pain, or just a relaxing floor-based practice for you. And have a wonderful rest of your day or evening.